Opportunity, turns the corner, gets the equalizer. Big hit, how about that?
How do you like that? Stops the first penalty kick he sees.
It's loose in front of the goal cage, and it's put in! Oh my.
She's going to take another shot, and it's into the back of the net.
Once again, Patriot League champions.
It's a cold and rainy afternoon in Baltimore, Maryland. And the 4 best teams in the Patriot League are here with an opportunity to win a title and get to the NCAA tournament. You're watching the Patriot League men's soccer tournament as number 5 Army takes on number 1 Loyola on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Let's take a look at the bracket. Army advanced on PKs against Boston U on Tuesday. Colgate and American go to OT. Colgate gets the job done. Here we stand in the semifinals. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us. Alongside Stephen Miller, former Colgate star, I'm DJ Sixsmith. So Army didn't expect to be here. First semifinal since 2014. Loyola did, number 1 seed. What can we expect today?
Yeah, it's a matchup with 2 very different teams with very different styles. Loyola's a team that loves to play, loves to possess, get numbers 4 in the attack, serve from flanks. And Army's a team that loves to hit you on the counter. So they're going to defend, they're going to be really compact, and look to strike quickly in transition. And
Army knows how to grind it out. Let's take a look back to Tuesday. Went to PKs, but Army early on this one, they had a couple of opportunities. None better than this one right here. Inside the box and right off the crossbar. That one nearly went down. Then Boston U had an opportunity. This one from way outside. Couldn't go home. Goes to overtime. Goes to PKs. Ibrahim Say puts it home. Army, your winner, 5-4 in PKs. Team with a losing record in the Patriot League. But guess what, Stephen? They have Keenan O'Shea, and he's the best goal scorer in the entire conference.
11 goals, leads the conference this year. Anytime you have a goal scorer like that, you're never out of a game. And this guy worked on his craft all offseason this summer, worked really hard, and it showed this year with 11 goals. So he's doing really well. Look to him to have a really big day today.
So Loyola will keep their eyes on him. How about this Loyola team, Stephen? Let's talk about them. The number 1 seed, another double-digit season. And really for them, the keys, Barry Sharifi and Chase Bosvik. What can we expect?
Yeah, Barry Sharifi, 2nd year in a row. He's the midfielder of the year, as well as Chase Bosvik, 2nd year in a row. He's keeper of the year. But Barry Sharifi, he can do it all. He can score goals. He can set up his teammates. Really good on the ball, really good passer. Just a great player overall. And look for him to have a really big day today. As far as
one of 10 players in the conference to go first team, and certainly a guy that you can look for to do some big things today. How about Chase Bosvik in goal?
Yeah, Chase Bosvik's been great since he set foot on campus last year. Rookie of the year, goalkeeper of the year, 2nd straight year this year. He's incredible. He's my X factor. If this goes to penalty kicks, he's already saved 3 this season, unheard of. But he's going to have a great game. Look to him to have a really good game today.
7 shutouts in 15 games. That's the guy you want in net if you are Stephen Nichols. There you have it. It's going to be a big-time atmosphere here at Ridley Athletic Complex. Army and Loyola comes your way next on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Stephen Miller, I'm DJ Sixsmith. Moments away from the start of our first semifinal. Number 5 Army, number 1 Loyola. And the Greyhounds actually come into this one a nationally ranked team. Number 23 team in the land, making their 3rd straight appearance in the Patriot League tournament. And for Army, a team that hasn't won a Patriot League title since the mid-90s. Certainly a lot to look forward to today, Stephen. And really, they're playing with house money here against the number 1 seed.
Oh, absolutely. They had to come back in the last 8 minutes of their game against American, last regular season game, just to make the tournament. And then last week, or a couple days ago, able to escape in penalties against BU. So really playing with house money, but nothing to lose.
Let's take a look back at the last matchup between these 2 teams, and this was all the way back in October. But, Stephen, both these teams really a lot different since that first matchup back at West Point.
Yeah, and Coach Russell Payne said they've really been trying to put it together recently, and now they probably have their best team on the field going into tonight's match.
There's Justin Stoll. He's the goalkeeper for Army, 5'11" junior from Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. 3 shutouts on the year, and this could be his toughest one of the year given all the offensive talent for this Loyola team.
Yeah, this Loyola team has a ton of firepower. They can hit you from anywhere. A team that loves to possess. They love to get their outside backs high and serve balls in, and they can beat you from anywhere.
And on the other side, it's Chase Bosvik. We told you about him. Patriot League Rookie of the Year in 2017. How about this one? Hasn't allowed a goal in 181 straight minutes. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, 2 full games, hasn't given up a goal. Been great all year, and Coach Nichols has said that he's a reason why they can play the way they play. They can attack out of the back and not fear because he's so good and so confident with his keeper.
So Loyola back as the #1 seed. Thinking back to last year, a really tough loss to Colgate. The Raiders, back-to-back champs in the Patriot League. We'll see them a little bit later on this evening. But this is what it's all about. Junior class to really transform this Loyola program. Brian Saramago put this squad in the bunch. But Army coming in here with different ideas. And on a rainy, cold day, should be pretty interesting to see how this one shakes out.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this works. Army's team loves to get compact, loves to pressure the ball, and they're going to look to hit you on the counter, play a little bit more direct. Loyola's going to keep the ball. They're going to play. They're going to try to create their chances from wide and try to get in front of goal. It'll be interesting to see what happens this one.
This coach Steve Nichols for Loyola, 3 straight years as the coach of the year in the Patriot League. And here's a guy that had a rough couple of years when he first took the job. 0-8 in the Patriot League. They scored 6 total goals in 2015. 6 total goals. And here they are as the #1 seed just a couple of years later.
Yeah, it just shows you what one great recruiting class can do for your program.
And away we go here in the Patriot League semifinal between Army and Loyola. And for the Greyhounds, they've started fast in a couple games this year. Scored a goal in the opening 10-minute 5 times, including the last 2 games. That 1-0 win against Lehigh. Scored a goal 9 minutes into the game. And a nice takeaway there by Sosa as Stahl clears this one away. And Stephen, one thing to note is that we will see Stephen Nichols out there, coach's son, starting things out. And that's interesting because Nico Brown has had a ton of starts this year, started 12 games. But Nichols has been a guy that's really stepped up the last few weeks.
Yeah, really good player, really good on the ball. Great pedigree, obviously. But he's been creative recently. Scored some goals, created some assists. Definitely somebody they're going to look to in the attack.
Sosa will get ready to throw this one in here. By the way, Nichols and Jacob Dennison, the only 2 starters for Loyola that didn't make any all-conference team. Pretty remarkable stuff. Here's an opportunity for Fawule, and a nice stop by Stahl there.
Yeah, look, they're looking to get Fawule in behind early in this game. I think he'd done a little bit better job of taking maybe another touch to goal and having a shot far post.
Fawule, 2-time All-Patriot League selection, had the game winner against Holy Cross earlier this year. Here's Sosa, and he lost the footing there.
It's a good build-up, though, by Loyola. They're getting their outside back, Sosa, really high. A little bit better delivery, obviously, and they have an opportunity on goal.
Stahl gets ready to clear this one away. And this one will go right back to Loyola.
You can already see Army set up. They're really far ball side. They get their outside backs, weak side, outside back, all the way over to protect their other center backs and their other outside back.
Sosa, All-Patriot League 3rd team. And Loyola, ooh, great opportunity there. Nichols could not convert.
What an opportunity. He's going to want that one back.
There's a freshman playing in his first Patriot League tournament there, too. Couldn't cash in. And, Stephen, really, you've played in this Patriot League tournament. I mean, Loyola has a ton of opportunities right now, but maybe the type of game where they're not going to get a ton of action on the offensive side necessarily.
Yeah, this Army team is very good. They need to take, Loyola needs to take their chances. Longer this game goes 0-0, the better it is for Army.
This one will go right back to Nichols. And nothing doing right there for Loyola. So we told you a little while ago, Army lost to Loyola back in October. Army outscored against the top 3 teams in the conference 7-0 this year. And right now, the #1 seed really controlling the tempo of this game. Fawule trying to battle for that one, couldn't get it. And back comes Army. Jake Dengler sends this one across. Dengler, all Patriot League first team. There he is right there with the ball. And that one will go out of play back to Army. Just getting started here in the semifinal. Winner goes to the championship game on Sunday afternoon. Army fighting for possession here. They've been all over the place here in the first couple of minutes as O'Shea finally gets a boot on it. Here comes Army the other way. And a nice rip in front, but Vosvik there to clean it up.
Yeah, not a bad effort from distance. You don't mind to see that. You know, gives the team a little bit of confidence to get a shot on goal this early in the game.
Big boot from Vosvik. This will go all the way to his counterpart. Stoll has been in net every single game this year for Army. Came in with 52 saves, 3 shutouts. Knocked around and Loyola gets possession. There comes Sosa. He's been active so far. And Army able to get the job done there.
Great defending there by Rojas, getting in Saramago's face. You don't want to give him any time on the ball to get at you at speed.
Good defense there from Army. This one's going back to Loyola. And let's talk a little bit about Brian Saramago, because he was really the first piece for Coach Nichols in turning this whole thing around, because Brian Saramago was a guy that could have really gone.
He's a player that you base your recruiting class around. Steve Nichols pretty much said that he did everything in his power to get him there. And it wasn't an easy sell, but you know, he got him there, he got him on campus in Loyola, and the rest of the pieces fell into place, but he's definitely a cornerstone of this program.
And these last 2 years for Loyola, over 20 wins, back-to-back #1 seeds, and here they are right here with a great-looking opportunity. Here come the Greyhounds on the far side. Here's Nichols. He had that opportunity before trying to make up for it. It'll go back out to Dennison. And Dennison, a guy that's really stepped up after Mickey Watson went down, the senior captain, with an injury. And a nice job there by Army to clear it away. Knockin, Rojas, McGraw. They're going to have their hands full today as the defenders on that back line. Trying to kick that one in front, nothing doing. Sosa's going to pop it up. Fawule inside. Can't climb the ladder there. And the Black Knights have spent a ton of time in the defensive zone so far in this one. Out.
Not a bad effort. I think Loyola's really going to have to look to make runs in behind. This Army team is really compact. A little bit.
That was Russell Payne right there on the sideline. 9th season as the head coach of this Army team. Former assistant at Maryland. Went to a couple NCAA tournaments and really learned how to mold the program there. And he just can't say enough great things about what it's like to coach members of the service academy, guys that just do a little bit more than your typical college student. And you know, it's been an interesting time here for Army, a little bit of an up and down season, but Coach Payne really pleased with what they've done this season.
Yeah, he said earlier that, you know, if you told him last year that they would have been in the Patriot League semifinal and they beat Navy, their rival, this year, he would have taken it no matter what the record. So he's done a great job getting this team to where they are today, and they're looking for more success today.
Here are the Greyhounds once again on the attack. Army hanging tough, though. Black Knights in the black unis. The home team Loyola in the white with the green numbers. There's Gabe Carlson right there, as that's knocked off a defender. Carlson, the Scholar Athlete of the Year in the Patriot League. He's number 10 for Loyola. 3-time All-Patriot League med winner. And attacking mid, we're going to see a ton of him today. As Fawule hit the deck. And a little bit of discomfort after that one. Let's take another look at this one.
Yeah, he gets wrapped up a little bit. Just takes a little bit of a knock. He'll be all right.
Spoken like a true player right there. Hebard and Rojas on its case for that one. So this will be a throw-in from Sosa. Trying to get it right back to Fawule. And cleared out of the zone. Steven, what's working for Loyola so far in this one?
You know, they're obviously doing a really good job pushing Army back. I think now you can see right now they're trying to possess, they're trying to switch the point of attack, which is going to work. They need to be a little bit more patient, not force balls. It's okay to work the ball side to side around the back and pull the pieces of Army out of position a little bit, and then you can attack through them.
We talked to Coach Nichols earlier on this week. He said this is his most balanced team so far in year 5 at Loyola.
Yeah, an incredibly talented team. That junior class is one of the best in the Patriot League, probably in their history. Headlined by Brian Saramago, Barry Sharifi. Doesn't get much better than that.
Got a couple of transfers as well. Davey Mason from Georgetown.
Yeah, he might be one of the best left backs in the league.
Nichols said he may even be the best player on the team.
Yep.
That's how good he's been. As this one's going to go to Stahl. And it'll fly out of play. For the latest Patriot League news and information, follow the official league account on Twitter at Patriot League. Along with Stephen Miller, DJ Sixsmith here with you. Just over 11 minutes gone by in our first semifinal. No score between the number 5 seed Army and the number 1 seed Loyola, but certainly a lot of action so far for Loyola on the offensive side.
Yeah, absolutely. Army's done a decent job defending. Haven't given up too many. There's been one great opportunity from Loyola. Stephen Nichols put it over the bar off a service, but Loyola's had possession. That's what we've expected from the beginning. And Army's done a good job. They're bending, they're not breaking.
That's our head referee right there, John Brady, talking things over between these two teams. Rich Barnes and Eric Bray, the assistant referees. There's Stephen Nichols. So let's see if Army can put something together after spending most of the time on defense so far. This one will be popped back to Dangler. On the far side, that's Davey Mason, guy that won a Big East championship at Georgetown, and it's really done wonders for the defense here in Baltimore. We'll get a whistle here on Army. Barry Sharifi in the middle there trying to make something happen. And cleared away by Army. Coach Nichols loves his team, a lot of depth, filled a ton of holes from last year. Here's an opportunity for Nichols, and offside.
Carlson, really good job to turn on it, drive off the dribble and looking for that ball in behind. Really good look.
Coming into this tournament playing the best soccer of the year. Here's Carlson. Basically trying to bring this one back to the outside. Sharifi pops this one ahead. Fawule wasn't onside though. That's why he had to let it go.
That one was a little bit closer than Army expected there. I think Rojas may have actually been keeping him.
Keenan O'Shea been quiet in this game so far. Hasn't had too many opportunities. And this one a bit too far there for Saramago.
Yeah, O'Shea's his touches will be limited today for sure, just because we'll have a lot of the ball. But he's the type of player that he can hit you quick. He doesn't need too many opportunities to score goals.
Army Black Knights 7-9-2 on the season. So far, 2 shots on goal for Loyola, 1 for Army, and a save on each side. There's O'Shea right there. And Coach Payne told us of all the players he's ever coached, he's never seen a player work harder in the summer. And that really is saying something, given the guys he coached at Maryland.
Yeah, absolutely. And it showed. He's proven himself this year. Had a really good year, really good regular season. He's looking to continue that in the postseason. But he can do it all. He's really explosive, good dribbler, can strike a ball with both feet. He's just a very good attacking player.
And the other interesting part of the conversation was when we talked to Coach Payne, he said O'Shea was following each week to see who would win Offensive Player of the Year. And you played at Colgate. You know how it goes down. You want to get some love. And O'Shea didn't feel like he got the love compared to some of these other guys. And Coach Payne told us that really fueled the fire even more so.
Yeah, of course. And he's a competitive guy, of course. You know, maybe put a little bit of pressure on himself, but it drove him a little bit harder than maybe other players. And he wanted it. He wanted it really badly, and you can show it shows. He's done really, really well this season.
Dennison moves this one forward for the Greyhounds. Now here's Sharifi, 13 career goals for him. Sousa bringing it in. Now it's Saramago, dancing between defenders. Saramago, nice move. Inside Fawule, off the left foot, and can't do anything with it.
Great build up there by Loyola. Switching the point attack.
Let's take a look here.
Yep. 3 defenders around him. He splits all 3, gets quality service, and unlucky not to get a shot on goal there. A little bit of a missed touch, but Loyola, great job to switch point of attack. That's what they have to do. Start on one side, get Army pushed over to that side, and move the ball quickly to get isolation on the opposite side. And
Stephen, the really interesting thing about Saramago, 8 goals, but also 8 assists, and that's the difference between him as a junior compared to a sophomore. Yeah, and they've played him in multiple positions. He's played up top, he's played out wide. Playing out wide tonight, but he can do it all. He can beat you off the dribble. He shoots from anywhere, both-footed. He's just a great player. He can do everything. This one will go back to Saramago. And we'll get a whistle here. That'll be a yellow card on Army. O'Shea didn't like the call. Saramago's still down. Let's take another peek. So that card goes against O'Shea.
Don't see it. You know, a little bit of a bump in the back of the head, but you know, maybe it's a matter of protecting one of the best players on the field.
Well, thinking about this tournament so far, cards certainly played a factor in Colgate getting to the next round. Red card at the end of their first half. So just something to keep our eyes on as this game goes forward.
Yep, and that's going to be in the back of O'Shea's head. He's got a card on a yellow, can't get another one, but as a forward, you don't really have to worry too much about picking up a second one.
So here's our first corner kick of the game. Coming right at the cusp of the 18th minute, it'll be Gabe Carlson, senior from Stockholm, Sweden.
You see Zach McGraw on there. Carlson's got to keep this ball away from McGraw.
Carlson bends it in, popping around. Stoll gets a hand on it and knocks it away.
Big time save there by Stoll. Yeah, good driven ball in. Missed clearance here. Challenge actually off O'Shea, off his own player. Has to keep it out. Really good save by Stoll.
And now it'll be a corner from the other side. And if you're Nichols, you're a freshman, this is your first Patriot League tournament game. He's been right in the mix right now. What's the key for him to try and get a couple of these opportunities in his favor?
Yeah, he just needs to keep working hard. As a freshman especially, you know, you don't know when you get another opportunity like this. So keep pushing, keep working hard. And who knows, maybe we'll be a hero.
Try to go near post there. Never made it to a Greyhound. Nifty move there from Fawule. Here's Sosa. Saramago trying to play the 2-man game. Sosa looking to shift his way inside, but Army closed that one up real quick.
The Black Knights get it back.
Yeah, great combination there by Sosa and Saramago. You can see the talent on both ends.
And Zach McGraw, the anchor of that Army defense, junior from Torrance, California, captain, first team All-Patriot League. And his coach just couldn't say enough good things about what he's done for the defense so far this year.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Maybe, arguably the best defender in the league. Huge physical presence, doesn't lose any balls in the air. Just a great player, and they're happy to have him at full strength today.
Stay connected with the Patriot League, ladies and gentlemen. It's member schools and student athletes through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can see all of our social platforms right there.
That's how quick Army can strike.
Yeah, look at that. Good looking opportunity right there. Ibrahim Say. Let's take another look.
Yeah, really good. Just finds a little bit of space, going for the near post. Just missed it.
By the way, it's been about 15 minutes since Loyola had a shot on goal. So for all the offensive possession they've had, haven't had a shot on goal since 2:42 in this first half.
Yeah, obviously it favors Army. Army's a team. They're going to defend. They're going to make you frustrated. And the longer this game goes 0-0, the more questions Loyola's going to ask. I think they need to play with a little bit more urgency, switch the point of attack, and create some service from the outside.
Army finally gets possession of this one, and they bring it back to Stahl. Just over the head of Nichols, and that one out of play. So, Stephen, we've seen a ton of opportunities for Loyola. What needs to change for Army at this point in the game?
I think they're actually sticking to the game plan. I think they're defending really well. They're not giving too much up. They're a team, like I said, they're going to hit you on the counter, so they're going to be direct. So when they win the ball, they're going to try to strike quickly. So not a team that's built around possession, but they have athletes and they can strike. So I think they're doing a pretty good job so far.
Carlson sends this one back. Sosa's been active so far in this first half. Lost control of it there. And a nice play by Pereira. But Pereira loses it. There comes Saramago. And that one off Army. It'll be a throw-in.
My matchup to watch the rest of this half is Rojas and Saramago. Rojas, a player who likes to get in your face, which makes it difficult for Saramago to take him on at speed. Definitely going to be a difficult matchup for both of them.
Saramago inside for Nichols. Cleared away with a header there by Army. Now on the other side, Mason pops it forward for Wule. Oh, great looking opportunity there.
Great effort there. Great ball by Mason. Tough header off balance by Fawole. Did a good job keeping on frame. Would have loved to see him maybe take another step backwards, had a little bit more time than I think he thought.
Army doing the job defensively so far in this first half. Loyola has been relentless though. Black Knights force a turnover. Say trying to play this one through. Now the hero from the other night will get a chance with it. Best chance of the half so far for Army. And a nice job there by Mason to prevent anything else. Let's take a look back at just how close that was for Fawule.
Yeah, ball starts out. Mason takes a look up. Great service in. Just jumps, mistimes his jump a little bit. I think he could have taken another step backwards and maybe got a little bit more power on that towards the back post.
Bosvik lets it fly. Black Knights bring it the other way. O'Shea trying to get involved. O'Shea to the middle. Sosa will head that one away for the moment. Army keeps it alive though. Saramago back in there, clears it. Fawule in a foot race. Gets possession. And we'll get a whistle.
It's a great effort by Fawole. See his speed and his strength. Gets the ball first, holds it up.
Hebar didn't like that one. Let's take a look.
That's just a good play by Fawole. Smart. Realizes he's not going to get back to that ball. Gets held a little bit, goes down, draws the foul. Really good play, smart play.
So a huge opportunity here in the 24th minute for the #1 seed Loyola.
Love to see Carlson curl this ball in between the penalty marker and the 6, just behind the back line of Army. Challenge Stahl to come out, make a decision of whether he should come out, whether he should stay in goal.
That was a yellow card, by the way.
Oh, well.
Sam Brown, Gabe Carlson. Carlson off the set piece and nothing there.
Really good ball, dangerous ball, good look. Just a little bit too tall for Dengler.
Dengler 1 goal this year. Top JUCO player. All Patriot League this year as a sophomore. Native of Baltimore, Maryland. Officials trying to get control of everything right now. There's John Brady, head referee. Still a Loyola team with just 1 senior starter. 12-win ball club, back-to-back regular season titles. But Stephen, when we talk to Coach Nichols, it's not only about winning a Patriot League title, it's about getting to the next stage. And you know, it's been hard to even have that conversation given the lack of success in the tournament. But if this Loyola team is able to make a couple moves this weekend, certainly enough talent to maybe make a Colgate-esque run in that NCAA tournament.
Oh, absolutely. This team has a lot of talent. They can compete with anybody in the country, no doubt. Unfortunately for the Patriot League, you know, you probably won't get in that large. So even if they lose, they might not make the tournament. So this is really a ton riding on tonight and Sunday's results. But there's a team that can make some noise in the NCAA tournament if they make it.
Greyhounds entered in 2013 in the Patriot League Conference. Still have yet to win a Patriot League championship. Still haven't made the title game, despite all the wins, over 20 wins these past 2 years. Stahl is going to clear this one away. Over the center line it goes. Right back to Saramago. Ahead it goes to Fawule. Trying to wrap around McGraw. Fawule. And Army is there to play it. As this one sails out. Carlson on the restart. Saramago punches this one through, and too tall.
Great effort there from Saramago. Not sure if it was a service or a shot, but a little bit of questions for Stahl there in the back.
Russell Payne calling Justin Stahl an elite goaltender. And the goalkeeper is certainly showing that so far here, almost 30 minutes into the first half. Sharifi gets a boot on it. Nichols sends this one ahead. Fawule in a foot race. There's a guy that really knows how to use his body as well in the corner there. And McGraw's a big dude. He's 6'4". He's built as well, but Fawule really asserting himself here in this first half.
Absolutely, that's going to be a great matchup the rest of the game. Two very fast, physical players going at it.
Sharifi in the middle and loses the handle there. That one right in front of the Army bench, looking for a call, not going to get it. There's Coach Payne right there. Black Knights will send this one to the offensive zone, trying to get to O'Shea there. Nice job by Mason. So when you look at Army in Patriot League play, beat Lafayette, beat Navy, beat Bucknell, beat American. Didn't get any wins against those top 3 teams. And really, when you think about what they did in the quarters, Boston U was a team that was predicted to be a top 3 team. So you get a nasty spill right there for Woolay along with McGraw.
Yeah, Woolay just comes in a little bit late, takes out McGraw. It's a good call. But if you're Loyola, you want to limit these opportunities. Set pieces is a huge equalizer. They have some big targets, Army, so look for McGraw here on the back stick to try to head one home. But if you're Loyola, you can't give away silly free kicks like that.
It's a big free kick off the set piece, 30th minute. And Vospik comes in to take care of business.
That ball needs to be driven a little bit more. It's floated up a little too much. Easy for Vospik to take down.
Here's Dangler. Sam Brown with it. Sending it ahead for Sosa.
Sam Brown's a guy he's a very, very good player. They need to get him on the ball a little bit more and a little bit higher up the field. He's holding a little bit with Carlson. I think he can get higher and create more from a higher position in the attack.
And remember, Nico Brown, a guy that's played a ton offensively. He has yet to enter the game, didn't get the start. Coach Nichols going with his son, the freshman, instead. Dangler, bad pass, turned over. Here come the Black Knights. Say inside. Lost his footing. Still with it. Right over the net. And that one will fly out. Best chance right there all evening.
Yeah, 3v3. You'd hope Army could get a little bit more out of it. Here, take a look. He decided to come to the near side. I think may have been on to go out wide to Keenan O'Shea, but said it's a decent job to hold the ball up and just a tough service here out for a goal kick. But better pressure for Army, winning the ball half the field. Good things to come.
Vospik all the way into the offensive zone. And Saramago got upended just past midfield. Brian Saramago, the key piece of that junior class from a couple years ago. There's Coach Nichols. He begged and pleaded with the Saramago family. Went to New Hyde Park, New York. Convinced him that he would love him like a son, take care of him. You know, I thought one of the really interesting things from that conversation was that Saramago's game may have really been affected by playing for this Loyola team. And Coach Nichols was straight up. He said we may have actually hurt him in some ways as we get our first substitution of the game.
Yeah, Saramago is a guy who actually played professional games for New York Red Bulls too. Incredible player, played for the academy with Red Bulls. And he plays in the summer with Red Bulls as well. But tons of good talent on that team and maybe not quite the same talent here with Loyola. So he's had professional experience, and now choosing to go to a school like Loyola, he has to be the guy, and he stepped up all 3 years he's been there.
Right off the bench, that was TJ Walker, the sophomore who was taken down. And look at this, just outside the box, another opportunity for Loyola. Is Sharifi and Carlson over the ball right now? Sharifi, 13 career goals as a Greyhound.
Great distance to shoot from here. Can get it up and down over the wall.
There goes Sharifi, and knocked away by Stahl.
Big time save there by Stahl.
Man, Sharifi wants that one back, that's for sure.
Does a really good job getting up and down, but not enough pace from that distance to beat Stahl. Too good of a keeper.
Nonetheless, it'll be a corner kick. Third corner of the first half for the Greyhounds. This will be Carlson. Wraps it in. And it's headed the other way. They're going to call a push there on Dangler. Loyola, number 1 seed, playing at home, and just to put things in perspective, 5-1-1 this year at Ridley Athletic Complex, 25-10-6 since Steve Nichols took over. This beautiful facility opened up in 2010. Greyhounds 45 wins here at home during that time. Greyhounds control here. And this one's sent out. These two teams met back in October, and given the stage, Stephen, given the circumstances on the field, the weather, the rain, a little bit different than that first time.
Oh, absolutely. Playoff soccer way different than regular season soccer, and you can see the intensity out there. Both teams want this so badly, want to go to the championship, want to go to the NCAA tournament. So really, anything that happened in the past, it's water under the bridge. It doesn't really matter at this point. 0-0 game, 34 minutes in.
Sam Milliken going to check in here for the Black Knights. Freshman from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Army Black Knights have won 3 Patriot League titles in program history. Last one came back in 1996. Team already with more wins this year than they had last year. Loyola with a good look here. On the outside, here comes Saramago. Saramago inside and curls this one out of play.
It's better there by Loyola, though. Got the ball out on the left side, swished it out to Saramago, cuts inside. Unlucky not to put the shot on frame, but it's better. They need to move the ball a little bit quicker, get the ball side to side. They're creating all their opportunities from the flanks. I'd like to see them get a couple more runners in the box, fill the box a little bit more attack inside the box.
Stephen, for a guy like you who plays in the USL and sees a guy like Saramago, what impresses you the most about his game, only as a junior still?
Yeah, I mean, he's well-rounded. He's got everything. Great off the dribble, can go both sides, can beat somebody down the line, serve a ball, but can strike from distance. And maybe the biggest thing is his toughness. He's a tough player, loves getting in challenges, doesn't shy away from a challenge. So he really has it all.
Greyhounds with 5 shots on goal so far. Army with 3. 3 corners for the Greyhounds. Nothing so far for Army. A lot of time on this side of the field. And Army with 1 more foul, 5-4 in that category so far here in the first. And Coach Saramago really proud of the way that, or I should say Coach Nichols really proud of the way Saramago has grown this year. Missed a ton of time last year with an injury. Trying to take this team to the next level. So we get another corner kick here from Carlson. Carlson sends it in. And this will pop right back to him. Carlson one more time. Fawule fighting for position. And Army stands tall once again. Coach Payne told us we have to make this game about us, and that's exactly what they're doing here on the defensive side of the field in the first half.
Absolutely. Super compact, really hard to break down. They're giving up the outsides, but haven't really been threatened too much in the box in front of goal. I'm sure they'd love to have a little bit more possession, love to have a little bit more in the attack, but right now they're standing tall and not giving up too much defensively.
Stahl with the big boot. Sosa gets a foot on it. On the flick. And this one will roll out. We get another sub here from Army.
One for Army, number 15, Alex Grave de Peralta.
That's Alex Grave de Peralta, 6'1" junior from Thomasville, Georgia. Playing in his 19th game this year. A couple assists, no goals so far in this 2018 campaign. Milliken trying to make something happen, but to no avail. Ooh, Pereira up in the air there. Make that McGraw. Just amazing how Fawule, as one player, has had an impact in this first half.
Yeah, his speed and strength, he's explosive, really hard to handle. They just need to get somebody joining him in the attack. I would love to see them push Sam Brown higher. Have a little bit more numbers in the attack, and you can play from there. They're not being threatened defensively. Army's not putting them under any pressure. You can build up, get the ball higher up the field, and have more numbers forward.
Fawule, 5 goals in 2018 for the number 1 seed Loyola. With Stephen Miller on DJ Sixsmith, number 5 seed and the number 1 seed, scoreless tie so far. Just past the 38-minute mark of this first half.
That's a nutmeg there by Sam Brown. Turn out of pressure.
And a nice job there by the Black Knights to clear it away. Knockin, Rojas, McGraw, Hebard, they've been huge in this first half.
Yeah, this Army defense is built on getting numbers ball side, so they'll step out with their strong side outside back, will pressure the ball, and then their strong side center back gets all the way out to the flank, almost towards the touchline. And they get everybody shifted across really compact. It's really hard to break down, but if Loyola moves the ball quickly side to side, they'll have a little bit more time and space on the ball to attack.
And after some early season injuries, Coach Payne telling us this squad in the back really well connected. The chemistry certainly there in the first half.
Chemistry's huge for a back four as well. Communication's big. You need to be comfortable with your teammates.
Sosa throws this one in. Fawule right back to Sosa.
Get all the space, weak side.
That's where they're trying to get it right now.
It's a little too methodical, a little too slow right now.
TJ Walker on the far side. Not a great pass there. And Army regains possession. Into the middle for Brown. A Loyola team that averages 2 goals a game. Plenty of time in the offensive side of the field, but nothing to show for it 40 minutes into the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Morgan Uber in the Patriot League studio. She'll preview our second semifinal between Colgate and Lehigh. Take a look back at all the award winners in men's soccer and a whole lot more. It's coming up at halftime right here on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Punched all the way ahead. Sharifi trying to get something started for the home team. And the Black Knights will get another sub here. Carter Koleski,
One for Army, number 11.
freshman from
Carter
York,
Koleski.
Pennsylvania. Saramago taken down. Carlson retreats, trying to get there. Black Knights nearly had it. Walker over the outside, Sharifi. Check that, Mason. Mason, nice move. And off the defender, they'll get a corner.
Really well done there by Mason to turn the corner, getting high out on the flank with their left back. A lot of service from Mason and Sosa so far this game. Need to continue to attack with their outside backs and get more numbers in the box.
Carlson will be over the ball once again. Sixth corner of the half for Loyola. Carlson lets it rip. Walker trying to come in. And again, Army, a tremendous job on the defensive side. Sosa lets loose. Saramago trying to use the noggin. And the Black Knights get it back. A frustrating first half for the Greyhounds here at home as the #1 seed.
Yeah, they have to stick to the plan. You know, they have possession. They're not really being threatened at all defensively. Keep the ball, move it side to side quicker, get more numbers in the attack, and quality service. They'll be able to break this Army team down. Not going to be able to keep this up for another 45, I don't think.
That's Oscar Pereira, the freshman. Fawule came in there on the slide. Got him right in the knee. Here it is again.
It's a good challenge. Clean got the ball, just nicked Pereira on the way through, but you know, good clean challenge by Fawule there.
And it's almost like the worst of it came after Fawule slid through. A little bit of a non-contact injury maybe there.
Yeah, he may have hit him with his back leg. Came through a little bit late, but again, Fawule's doing well, putting pressure on this Army team, making them earn everything.
Based on all the stoppage, probably should have a few extra minutes. See how it all shakes out.
We just run it down to 45. And I believe in the college game, the clock will stop at 45 no matter what.
Army trying to get something going before the end of the first half. As Mason knocked that one out. They had that one free kick about 20 minutes ago. One shot on goal pretty early on. Not much else to speak of. Sharifi finds Walker. Come the Black Knights. Vasvik got a hand on it there. Black Knights still with a chance. And Fawule couldn't control.
Really important clearance there by Vasvik. Sometimes it's tough when you haven't had any action. Just, you know, when you're called upon, you need to make a save. They did a great job to come out and punch that ball away.
Final seconds of the first half. And Army's just going to hold on to this one. Scoreless tie at the end of the first half. That guy was busy. Couple of saves for Vasvik. Probably the most important one came right at the end of that first half.
Great service there by O'Shea. Vasvik has a decision to make, comes out, great strong punch. Clears lines.
Check this out one more time. Vasvik with the right hand.
That's why he's the goalkeeper of the year in the Patriot League. We are scoreless at the end of the first half. Army and Loyola. Back for more after this on the Patriot League Network. 45 minutes gone on a cold and rainy evening in Baltimore, Maryland. Number 5 Army, number 1 Loyola scoreless at the end of the first half. Welcome back inside the press box with Stephen Miller. I'm DJ Sixsmith. Really entertaining first half. Loyola, a ton of opportunities, but nothing to show for it.
Yeah, pretty much what we expected from Loyola. Ton of the ball, ton of possession. Army standing tall, really compact in the back and not giving too much away. Stephen Nichols had a good opportunity early in the game, and since then, not too many great opportunities for Loyola.
Yeah, speaking of Nichols, let's take a look back at that first half. Pretty wild first sequence there. Nichols, a freshman, he's never played in the tournament. And a couple chances here. Look right there in front of the net. Just couldn't put it home.
Yep, Justin Stahl with a big-time punch out there.
And then again, Loyola. Fawole, he had an opportunity. He couldn't convert. Couple corner kicks. Sharifi in the middle. And then here was Army late in the first half, right at the end, but Vospic cleans it up. Let's take a look at the first half stats. 5 shots on goal for Loyola, or 3 shots on goal, I should say. 3 saves for Stahl, and those corner kicks really just tremendous in terms of Loyola getting that time there.
Yeah, need to be a little bit better, a little bit stronger on corner kicks, create a couple more opportunities, and they'll be good.
Should be an entertaining second half. Loyola trying to get to the championship for the first time since entering the Patriot League. Army trying to play for the upset, and you know, just kind of looking at things in that first half, Stephen, it was really an Army team that was doing as much as they could defensively and just trying not to lose in that first half as we take a look at the bracket here. Army gets to the semifinal thanks to a shootout win. Colgate overcame American. We'll see them in a couple of hours. And championship matchup, I mean, Loyola, Colgate would be great. Army as the number 5 seed. There's a lot of really intriguing storylines as we go forward here in the next couple of days.
Absolutely. Go back to last year's semifinal. Colgate coming back against Loyola, down 2-0 late, win that game in overtime. So a lot of interesting matchups could happen in the final, and another 45 minutes plus possibly another 20 after that to decide this one.
Another thing to keep in the back of our minds, O'Shea had that yellow card just after the 15-minute mark.
Yeah, Army has to do a better job getting him on the ball. He needs to be a little bit more active, work for the ball a little bit more, and be a little bit more creative. When he is on the ball, do your thing. Go at people. Try to create. You're not going to be on the ball that much, so take your opportunities.
Let's see if O'Shea can be a little bit more active in the second half. And away we go with a spot in the championship game on the line. Loyola in the home whites, Army in the road blacks. Greyhounds with their first opportunity here. Nichols back in the ball game. And Army gets it here. And a tug of the jersey there by Sam Brown.
Smart foul, prevent the counterattack. But Sam Brown, I think, could have faced up the field, turned, and played out the other way. Instead, tough touch back into pressure, lost the ball, and forced a foul there.
Colgate has won this tournament in back-to-back years, despite the fact that Loyola has been the number 1 seed each of the last 2 years. Nichols flips this one out. So, Stephen, that first half, only a couple opportunities for Army. What would you like to see from them tactically in the second?
Yeah, I'd like to see them be a little bit more patient on the ball. They have the opportunity to keep it, and they're being a little bit too direct, trying to get off their foot a little bit too quickly. They can get the ball out wide and get service into the box, and quality service. They have 2 forwards, so they'll have numbers in the box and runners in the box. They just, need to get to those opportunities, need to get those spots on the field where they can serve the ball.
Black Knights playing in their first semifinal since 2014. And when they beat Boston U the other night on Tuesday, that was their first win in program history at Boston. Team that entered the Patriot League a couple years ago. Still just a huge win for a program trying to build its way up to the top half of that Patriot League.
Absolutely, and you look how they did it. 0-0 tie,
Yep.
Went to penalties. So I don't know if that's in the cards for tonight or not, but that's the kind of style that Army plays. They defend really well, and they're going to try to sneak one past you, but they're okay pushing this game 0-0 late.
Here's Barry Sharifi. Finds Sosa.
Carlson had a couple of corners in that first half. Off the deflection, the Black Knights get it back. Pinball forward now for Brown. Looking for Fawole, but couldn't get it to him. And the other thing, if you're Coach Payne, is that Say and O'Shea have spent a ton of time on the defensive side of the field.
Yeah, haven't really had many touches in the attacking half, attacking third, so. But they're doing their job. They're going to take, it takes 11 to defend against this Loyola team. They're working their butts off.
Here's the sophomore Dennison, had his first career point against Holy Cross earlier in the year. That was a huge game for Loyola. Down 2 goals, they came back to win it 3-2 in OT. And when we talked to Coach Nichols, that was really a huge momentum turner. Not only to win on the road, but to come back and win like that. That can really do a lot for your ball club.
Absolutely. Anytime you're down 2 goals and you come back and win, you'll take that any day of the week. And they've had it done to them. Last year, Colgate came here in the semifinal and did it to them. So definitely a big turning point for them. And look to continue it today.
Mason taken down there just outside the box.
Great opportunity on the set piece here. Sharifi stands over it. Oh, nope, Carlson's coming in. Looking to target Dangler or Fawole, I'd assume here.
Early scoring opportunity here. Just about 4 minutes gone by in the second half. Scoreless tie in our first semifinal here at the Patriot League tournament. Carlson lets it rip. And Army comes away scot-free once again.
Yeah, Carlson hasn't been too consistent on his set pieces today. You would have loved to see that one a little bit deeper. He needs to beat the first man there. Tough when you can't give your teammates a chance to score.
Black Knights have been to the NCAA tournament 12 times in their program history. Last time came back in '96.
This Loyola team with all this possession, they need to move the ball. Even their passes along the back, center back needs to be moved faster, a little bit more urgency. They can be patient, they can possess it, move it side to side, but if they do it a little bit faster, Army's going to have to spread out a little bit, and there'll be opportunities to play forward from there.
And is that more what Army is doing so far in this contest, or just Loyola not playing fast enough?
It's a little bit of each, I think. I think Loyola's a little bit content just to play, what they see with very little urgency, but Army makes it very difficult to play against. Numbers behind the ball, they press it when it's in their zone, so they definitely make it difficult.
This one will slip out of play, and Loyola has it here. Saramago on the far side. Sosa now will get the throw-in.
So Dangler should switch this ball to Dennison quickly, or through Carlson, yeah. They shouldn't bounce it back. That's what, move it out the other side a little bit faster, a little bit more urgency. Will spread Army out a little bit faster.
Short ball there, a little bit of trouble with it. Loyola hangs on to it. Here comes Sharifi into the zone. And Sharifi takes down his man. Going back to Army, Michener in there, mixing it up. Nice job by the junior from Clearwater, Florida.
Yeah, he's done a great job this year as a holding midfielder, number 6 in there. Just breaks everything up. He was voted a team captain this year, and Coach Russell Payne, great things to say about him. Team voted him as a captain, but he's, works hard, closes down ground, gets stuck in for challenges. Great number 6 in the middle of the field as a holding midfielder.
Third team All-Patriot League this year for Michener. And a guy that Coach Payne said has stepped up in a huge way for his squad this year. Stahl lets loose. And popped right back. Army gains possession. Not a great pass, though, right back to Loyola. Mason, big left foot. Rojas was there, and that one cleared out. Bosvik finally getting a little action back there. Up ahead for Dennison. Scoreless in the 52nd minute of the Patriot League semifinal. Fawole, middle of the field, and a whistle.
Set piece at the top of the box. Looked like Fawole got pulled down from behind. Hard given. Yep. Gets position on it. Can't tell if this Rojas comes through him. Foul at the top of the box. Great opportunity here. Will has a number of talents that can hit this ball too.
Just outside the box here. It's been a lot of Sharifi, Carlson.
Yep, looks like both of them are on top of the ball.
Big opportunity here from the #1 seed in the 53rd minute. Carlson, the pooch inside. What a save from Stahl.
What a save. Oh my God. I think they fooled all of us serving that ball and not shooting, but
Dangler, point blank. Take another look.
Carlson, great ball, just clips it in. Dangler, point blank. Back across keeper, great header, just a little bit too far inside. Gets a little bit more in the corner, it's a goal, but unbelievable save by Stahl.
Here comes the corner, near post. And it flies out. One more time, and a beautiful save there from Justin Stahl. Full extension.
Big time save. I was completely shocked that they didn't shoot from that, but I think so the Army defenders were as well.
Dangler nearly had his second goal of the year right there. That was the 5th save in this one for Justin Stahl.
You're gonna need your keeper to come up big at some point. That might have been the save of the game. Keeps them in it.
Another corner. It's a senior Carlson. Here it comes. And that one popped up in the sky. Fawole was the one who got his foot on it. Not even close there.
Better ball though by, oh sorry.
That was Carlson right there.
I couldn't figure it out. Yeah, much better ball there by Carlson. Beats that first man. Good area in the box. Foley just couldn't get on the end of it. Get a good, clean look at goal.
Up and down season for the Army Black Knights. 7-9-2. Wins against San Diego State, Siena, Mount St. Mary's. And then in conference against Lafayette, Navy, Bucknell, and American. Lost 2-0 to Loyola first week of October. And hanging tough in this 55th minute. And we talked to Coach Payne. The guys were just excited to be here. They're on that bus from West Point, long bus trip to get down to Baltimore. And for Coach Payne, he has really just done a great job in building this program up. And it's not easy, especially with men and women at a service academy like Army. Major commitments to your country. The guys have been dialed in. They've been committed. And they've taken the next step here in 2018.
Absolutely. He's done a great job with the program. Back in the mid-2000s, they struggled a little bit. And he came in and took over and did a really good job and became competitive pretty much from the beginning, from the onset when he stepped in. But the identity of this team is the identity of a lot of the players on the team. You know, they're hard workers, they're disciplined, they're going to fight, they're going to battle like all servicemen do, and done a great job this year and a great job so far tonight.
Fawole ripped down to the ground. That has been the matchup of the evening, McGraw, Fawole. Here it is again.
Here, yep. I think it's a silly foul by McGraw. He's got Fawole facing backwards. No reason to foul there. But other than that, he's done a great job keeping Fawole kind of in his back pocket for most of the game.
Loyola on a 7-game winning streak, the number 23 team to land in a dogfight right now.
You look back to last year, and Colgate was a team that was hot at the end of the season. They snuck into the playoffs and upset this Loyola team. Loyola's the team that's hottest in the league right now. 23 in the nation and 7 games in a row winning. So, hopefully for them, they're thinking, can we keep this going?
Still have yet to win that elusive first Patriot League title, though. Came into the conference back in 2013.
Yeah, Coach Nichols actually admitted that it was more difficult than he expected entering the Patriot League. It's a different league. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day, and you're going to have to come out and play your best to win.
Here's Ibrahim Say with an opportunity. Slides this one through. And a nice job by Loyola to get back. Sosa, long drive ahead.
It's definitely better there by Army, though. Getting the attack and numbers forward. Good effort to cut that ball back. Just not enough on it to find somebody in the box, but definitely better.
Greyhounds returned all their goals, assists, and points from last year. And Stephen, really the crazy thing about this bunch is that a ton of these guys are juniors.
Yep, most of them. Most of them are coming back next year. It's scary. Scary for every team in the Patriot League.
Mason got taken down there.
And Dangler switched that one. Oh, playing out of bounds. Injured player.
That's Davey Mason, junior from Bethesda, Maryland, transfer from Georgetown. Our Patriot League's second team.
Yeah, I think it's a clean tackle. Both guys got the ball. Mason took the tough end of that one. Can't tell who was it. Say went through him. Maybe got him a little bit late, but yeah, I don't think it was a foul.
Coach Nichols has really been impressed by Mason. The other really interesting thing is that between Mason, Dangler, Sosa, Dennison, it's a couple new guys there in the back, especially without Mickey Watson, their senior.
Yeah, and they expected big things from Mickey Watson this year, and obviously he got hurt, unfortunately for him. But these other guys have stepped up hugely and only allowed, I think it was 11 goals on the season. So done a great job as a back four, stayed consistent, and not really giving up too much.
Here's Mason near side. Sharifi navigating through. And it trickles out. Saramago hasn't had too many opportunities here in the second.
Yeah, they've moved him actually centrally, get him a little bit more opportunity on the ball around the goal in the second half.
Carlson just past the midline, looking for Fawole. And it's been a rotation of guys just trying to keep on Saramago. Here he is right here, the middle of the field. Mason comes in to play it. Now the freshman Nichols. Nichols tried to sell that one. Still on the ground here.
Seems to be in a good amount of pain there.
Holding that left arm right now. That's his dad right there. Not only your coach, but your dad looking on.
Concerned parent?
Yeah. I think he's coached him in enough games. There's Nico Brown, number 7. You wonder if he'll get a crack at it here if Nichols has to come out for any reason.
Yeah, a little bit of a mystery today, why he's not playing, why he's not starting. Maybe picked up an injury in training or last week, but definitely a question mark for Nico Brown for us.
There it is one more time. And it was that left arm.
Man, he was grabbing it pretty early. Looked like he got hit, so I don't know, maybe it popped out of its place or just hit a little bit.
And he's going to walk off right now. Stephen Nichols, freshman from Towson, Maryland. It's been a nice addition. You know, a lot of weight comes with being the coach's son, but here's a guy that has contributed in many ways for this team. And now we'll see Nico Brown here. All Patriot League second team, 5 goals on the year. Maybe he's the spark this team needs right now in the 58th minute.
Definitely an energy guy. Guy's going to get in the box, going to run at people, athleticism, explosiveness. He's got it all. Look for him to provide a spark here in the last 30 minutes or so in this second half.
Here come the Greyhounds on the restart. Black Knights have had 3 shutouts this year, but none have meant more than maybe their performance right now through the first 58 minutes of this contest.
Absolutely, still standing tall. One good opportunity this half of a set piece, but other than that, Loyola hasn't had too much.
And the thing about Army is that they have McGraw, they have big-time defenders, but just the way this unit plays together, it's stifling for an offense.
Absolutely, McGraw anchors it for sure, but you know the communication, the cohesiveness in the back four has been great so far. And you know what? A team with a good defender and a good forward, they're dangerous all the time. So O'Shea could get into this game with one touch and win this game for Army.
Black Knights coming the other way. Sosa got a foot on it though. Fawole now with it. But it rolls right back to Army. And Stahl clears it away. O'Shea couldn't get ahead on it. Good job by Loyola here to keep it in. And it'll go right back to the home team.
Army needs to do a little bit better job when they do win the ball, connecting that first pass to break pressure. Right now they're giving the ball away a little bit too easily, and then they're forced to defend their back, defensive half for much of the game.
Nice chase here from the Black Knights. Pretty aggressive. Here come the Greyhounds. Mason controls.
It's a great touch by Mason to take that space, but Army was in great shape, really organized, had more numbers around the ball than Loyola. Loyola needs a little bit more off the ball.
Nico Brown just into the game. We'll get it here. Back for Sharifi. And he's that home run hitter who can really change the course of a game. Now it's Dangler. Saramago for Fawole. Here come the Black Knights. O'Shea far side. O'Shea able to get through his man. Here he comes inside the box. Say had it for a moment and cleared away. Army not done yet though. We'll get another crack at it. Shot on goal and Vosvik right there.
Much better there from Army. Hit on the counter quickly, good effort. O'Shea to say. Unlucky not to get a turn the shot off there, but ball bounces around, get it, recycle it, have another shot on goal. Gonna need a little bit stronger hit to beat Vosvik from there though.
That was the freshman Pereira.
Still a confidence builder for sure for Army here.
He has not scored yet in his freshman campaign. And he was unable to corral it right there. That's why it's going back to Loyola. Fawole, far side. Here comes Army. Playing much better here in the last couple of minutes. Army on the attack. Here's a great look in front. And this one sprayed wide.
Definitely, again, getting better for Army. They're attacking a little bit more, getting a little bit more numbers higher up the field. I think on that play, maybe settled there for a shot from distance. Maybe could have slipped it out wide to say for the service, but not a bad effort, especially when you've been defending for this long. It's okay to take shots. It's okay to try to take your opportunities, even if it's from distance.
We'll see a couple changes here. Fawole and Sam Brown taking a seat. TJ Walker, one of the guys back in there, he played a few minutes in that first half.
Yeah, I think Fawole will be back in pretty quickly. He's had a good game, battling hard. Really a handful up top.
Xander Sailing, the other guy in there right now for Loyola. By the way, that was Takaki with the shot on goal just a moment ago. Here's Pereira. Bends it through. And Dangler gets ahead on it. Right back to Army, though. Nice poke from Saramago. Great fight from Pereira. O'Shea out wide near the byline and hits the side of the net.
This is an Army team that thrives on confidence, and they're gaining a little bit here, and soon they're going to be pushing for that goal. So one little play, one little confidence builder really sparks this team. Look for the rest of this half. If they can keep attacking, they're going to get an opportunity here.
With Stephen Miller on DJ Sixsmith, it's been a fascinating ball game here between the number 5 seed Army, number 1 seed Loyola. Game 1 of our double dip here from Ridley Athletic Complex with Lehigh and Colgate still on the way in our second semifinal. Championship Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. right back here. Still a lot of ball game left though. But like you said, just in the blink of an eye, things really shifted for Army after spending about 3/4 of this game on defense. Finally, they had a few possessions on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. They need it. It's hard to defend. It's tiring to defend. Sooner or later, this game's going to get pretty open. Loyola's going to spread them out a little bit. 'Cause you defend the whole game, you're going to be tired. But definitely big for Army to possess the ball a little bit, keep it a little bit, and build some sort of attack.
One of the things we haven't really talked about, just the conditions of playing on slick turf. How hard is that for these guys right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty difficult. It's hard for us to tell. We haven't seen anybody really slip too much. It's a pretty good surface, but, you know, weather is an ultimate equalizer. So a team could be that much better than another team, but, you know, the elements equalize the game a little bit. So maybe that's what's happening a little bit here, but, you know, I think the field's playing pretty well.
Loyola 7 shots on goal in this one, Army with 4. As this one's cleared out. Carlson looking for Nico Brown. Brown dancing around. Pops it back out for Mason. Mason lets it rip. And Stahl gets 2 hands on it.
For me, Rojas has been one of the most impressive players for Army, left back. He's absolutely been shutting down, reading the game. Matched up with Saramago, difficult task, but he's read the game. Anytime that Carlson or anybody in the middle of the park tries to spray it out wide to Saramago, he's reading it, he's winning it, he step in, so he's doing a great job so far.
5'9" junior from Orange, California, making his presence felt here in the semifinal. Here's Sharifi, plays it ahead from Nico Brown, and a nice slide to keep that one in. Hebard got a foot on it.
Great defending by Hebard there. I would have loved to see them go out the other way. They slipped it back across to Nico Brown. There was a ton of space out on the opposite side there.
So Stephen, time and time again, we have seen Loyola with corner kicks, and it hasn't worked. What needs to change at this moment here in the 67th?
Maybe the set piece taker. You know, here's Sharifi on it. This time, Carlson.
Look at this, 9 corner kicks to none for Army.
Yeah, maybe just need a little bit different delivery here from Sharifi.
Sharifi sends it in, knocked away once again.
Have to beat that first man.
0 for 9 for the #1 offense in this conference.
And really no good looks either. They had the one off of Army in the first half early. That was about it.
Stephen Nichols back in. Brian Saramago checks out in the 67th minute. Mason sends this one in. Six guys on this Loyola team with at least 9 points this year. 3 players with at least 5 goals or more. The most balanced team that the Greyhounds have had with Stephen Nichols as their head coach. There comes Ibrahim Say. And this one rolls out. Get a couple of subs here, some fresh bodies for the Black Knights.
On for Army, number 24, Sam Milliken. Number 15.
Milliken, Grabe de Peralta back in there, both those guys, a few minutes in the first half.
Yeah, we talked about earlier in the game how longer this goes 0-0, the more confidence the Army will gain. Loyola's, they're going to get frustrated. You know, it might not be showing yet, but the longer this goes 0-0, the more frustrated they're going to get and the more confidence the Army's going to gain.
Tried to get that one to Milliken. Good defense for the moment from Loyola.
Better possession here for Army.
Sent back to McGraw. Sent all the way through and right to Vosvik. American University serves as the host for the 2018 Patriot League Women's Volleyball Championship, starting on the semifinals, set for Saturday, November 17th, with the championship game on tap Sunday the 18th. With all the contests available on the Patriot League Network, check out thepatriotleague.com for more details. Fawole back, Sharifi takes a seat. Sailing is going to be sent out.
And Sam Brown came back in this game as well.
And Sam Brown in there too. And what's the strategy here for Coach Nichols? Just getting your guys a few minutes just to rest?
Yeah, I think for the last 20 minutes plus possible extra time here, probably want to give your guys a little bit of a break and keep them fresh going in the last stretch of this game.
Turnover there for Loyola. Black Knights into the offensive zone. Little bit of wiggle room. Just outside the box, and an offside call.
Just needs to time his run a little bit better, hold on that line. He's looking straight across that line. Shouldn't be offside there, but that's better from Army. Starting to have a little bit of possession, a little bit of attack. As this game goes deeper and deeper, Loyola's going to get a little bit stretched because they're going to be pushing for the winner. So they're going to be pulled out of position. So if Army can win the ball and connect that first pass, there'll be space to go to attack into.
Just over a month ago, this was a 2-0 win for the Loyola Greyhounds, going to West Point and beating Army. Much different ball game here in the rain on a Friday night. Get a whistle here. Great news for Loyola is Nico Brown looks fresh. He looks healthy, even if he's playing through something right now.
Absolutely, and he's a proven goal scorer. He's scored 5 goals on the season, but definitely capable of scoring and scored recently as well.
Mason sends this one through. Army the other way. That trickles out. Milliken on the throw in here just off the bench. Sent through in front and just missing the man there as Nichols clears it away. Rojas keeps it in. Here comes Army once again inside the box. Carlson there to play it. Takaki with some great second half minutes here. He had the shot on goal about 10 minutes ago. Sophomore from Harrisburg, PA. 1 goal this year came against San Diego State. One of the 7 wins for the number 5 seed Army. Rojas on the throw-in. Rojas, inside it goes. O'Shea trying to rip it through. Snuck through for the moment. But Loyola stands tall. Right back into the box. Big time strike, and that one's off wide.
Some nervous moments there from the Loyola defense. Not the best clearances, get away with it. Shot off frame, but again, Army's mounting something here. A little more confidence. Definitely more in the attack.
Sharifi and Saramago re-enter in the 73rd minute. Nico Brown and TJ Walker will come out here.
Looks like Saramago's shifting a little bit out wide left. A little bit different matchup for him as opposed to going up against Rojas.
Vospic got a lot of air under this one. Goes right to Sharifi. Up ahead for Saramago. Keeps it in with the shoulder. Saramago with 2 defenders coming through. It'll be another corner. Will the 10th time be the charm for the Greyhounds? Check this out again. How about the nifty move from Saramago?
Good pressure, gets his arm up. Probably a missed call, missed handball there, but makes the most of it, earns a corner kick.
Here's Carlson again. 3-time All-Patriot League selection. Whips it through. Popped up in the air. Sam Brown inside, and just wide.
It's a good ball by Carlson, definitely better, but there's that man, Zach McGraw again. Have to try to miss him out. He's a monster back there. He can win everything in the air.
6'4". Yeah. That's your captain right there in the middle. Incredible leadership for this defense and this whole squad. Loyola got goals from Sharifi and Fawole in that win against Army. Sharifi's had the ball plenty. A couple of set pieces in that first half. Fawole has used his body. Nothing to show for it so far. Here's Sharifi right on cue. And we'll get a whistle here. A lot of pressure on this Loyola team coming into this tournament. Given they're the #1 seed, given they have 10 guys making all conference squads. Army has been tough so far. Here's Stephen Nichols. Sosa for Carlson. Swings it over to Mason. Now Saramago out wide. And knocked away. Look inside, and it's going back the other way. Brian Saramago, second in the conference this year with 24 points, league best 8 assists. But he's been bottled up in this one, along with the rest of the Loyola offense.
Yeah, hasn't had too many touches on the ball and good, dangerous opportunities to go forward. So can Loyola get him on the ball a little bit more with a little bit more space? He's great when he's running at players off the dribble. He can take a shot from, cut inside, take a shot with his right foot. He can beat somebody down the flank, serve a ball with his left foot. He's got the tools. He just needs a little bit more time on the ball.
Loyola brings it across the midline. Sharifi tangled up. Gets by his man. Sharifi sends ahead for Fawole. Back out Saramago. Lets it rip. Saved by Stahl.
Great effort there by Saramago. That was really built by Sharifi though. Great turn in the middle of the park. Rode a challenge. Had defenders on his back. Flipped the ball through to Fawole. Played it off Saramago. Saramago, good hit. Just too close to Stahl. Gonna have to do a little bit better to beat him from there.
And a nice job by Carlson to catch up to that ball to prevent anything from coming the other way.
Absolutely, stop that counter.
Here's Saramago once again. 8 goals this year. He's looking for Mason in the corner. Sharifi right in the middle of that last one. Let's take another look.
Turn, ride this challenge. Slips that ball, great ball through. Hold up. Tries to curl it back post, good effort. Sam Brown actually got close to deflecting that in as well.
For Army, number 10, Oscar Pereira.
Pereira will be subbed out here, freshman. That was the 9th shot of the game for Loyola. 10 corners, none for Army. And 5 saves for Army, just 2 for Loyola. Army 14 fouls in this game, Loyola with 10. Headed through there by O'Shea, but right to Vosvik. Special game for Chase Vosvik. His brother Tanner was a member of the Army squad a couple years back, 2013 Patriot League Rookie of the Year. Now serving our country abroad. Both Vosvik brothers Rookie of the Year. Chase likes to think he was the better one.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. One family, 2 rookies of the year. Great for the guys, great for that family, great for the league.
Things are getting a little interesting here in the 78th minute. That's Knockin pleading with the official there. Let's check this out one more time.
Good feet by Sharifi, yep. Yep, definitely a foul.
That was a yellow card right there on Knockin. Mason will throw this one in here. Fawole trying to make a play there off the head of Nichols. Carlson for Sharifi. Sends it over to Saramago. Here comes the junior. Saramago for Fawole.
Great effort, great build up by Loyola there. Starting the ball on the right flank. Take a look at it here. But great effort to switch the point of attack, get it to Saramago. That pace, it's very difficult to stick with him. Great left-footed ball, just a little bit too heavy, and can't get on the end of it.
One thing to keep in mind, Stephen, if we do get to overtime, Greyhounds just 1, 2, and 1 in OT this year, and just 6, 5, and 9 in the Steve Nichols era in OT. Pereira, nice moves here. Pereira going for it all, and it flies out.
Yeah, overtime it's a different ball game. You know, I don't think you can count what's happened in the past, but anything can happen in overtime. It's golden goal, one goal ends the game, so a lot of pressure on both sides of the ball.
This season, Loyola 0-2 and 1 when not scoring a goal. That's where we stand right now. Clean sheet in the 80th minute. And Army right now in the Patriot League tournament gets a goal. Keenan O'Shea. And just like that, Army on top 1-0.
What a goal by Army. Keenan O'Shea, it's that man. Gotta have him marked up in the box. Wasn't touched tight and gets a little bit of freedom and finishes it here. Great service. Whips it in behind. Dangler just over his head and a little bit of deflection maybe, but great spot to drift off that back shoulder of Dangler. Get a little bit of freedom, a little bit of space, and puts it away. Yeah, big deflection off Sosa there. But great spot, and they're a little bit over 8 minutes away from upsetting Loyola.
I was just about to tell you that Army had gone 191 minutes in the Patriot League tournament without a goal. That all changes here with a 1-0 lead in the 81st minute.
Seems like everything's going to plan for this Army team. Sit back, defend, try to sneak a goal past this Loyola team who hadn't been threatened all game.
12th goal of the year. Keenan O'Shea. That was O'Shea right in front, off his head, off Sosa, and just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, it's unlucky.
So now a much different strategy here for Loyola. Nico Brown back in. What needs to change for the Greyhounds?
Throw numbers forward, get a little bit more direct, get numbers in the box. You still have your opportunities to throw numbers forward to get balls wide and get good service, but you need more players. Right now, it's just Loyola up top. Central.
There's Nico Brown, far side. Pereira outplays him there.
Carlson needs to start taking more chances, getting high up the
That man a little bit more nervous now here in the 82nd minute. It's been a while since the #1 seed who won the title. You have to go back to 2013. That's when Navy won it. This tournament has not been kind to #1 seeds.
And that was an incredible Navy team. I think they went 9-0-0 in the conference, swept the conference, and they won another game, I think, against VCU in the NCAA tournament. One of the best Patriot League teams in history.
#1 seed has only won 9 out of the previous 28 tournaments. Last year, Colgate, as the #6 seed, won it all. And Loyola, back-to-back years in that #1 seed, in some major trouble right now.
Look at Saramago and Sharifi. Need to get a little bit more central, a little higher up towards the box. That's where goals come from, inside the box.
Along with Stephen Miller, DJ Sixsmith here with you. 83rd minute. Loyola with its season on the line, down 1-0. Brown tripped up. Loyola's had its chances. Carlson's been over the ball for many of them.
Yeah, if I'm Loyola here, I'm getting Davey Mason and Dennison in the box. Get those guys forward. Season's on the line, 6 minutes left. Get them up.
I think back to that header from Dennison. Here's Carlson, whips it through. Popped out by McGraw. And then it slides off the foot there of Dennison. Vosvik falls. Say coming the other way. No call, we play on. Here's Carlson for Sam Brown. And Army clears. Say is still down over there. Had about 2 guys knock him down there. Russell Payne cool and collected right now here with his team up 1-0. Stephen, you mentioned it. You think back to early in this second half, Army's starting to build the momentum. They hadn't had any time of possession on that offensive side. And they finally got their opportunity. You said it. It was going to be one ball right there. They took advantage. And at this point, Loyola has had their chances, just haven't been able to make it happen.
Yeah, that's how this Army team is built. You know, they're going to defend. They're going to be solid, compact defensively, but they're going to be able to hit you when they get the opportunity. A guy like Keenan O'Shea up top, he doesn't miss many. So obviously he's leading goal scorer in the league for a reason. But great finish there. Obviously a little bit lucky, but that's what this Army team does. They survive. They stick in games. They wear you down, and then they strike.
And that's a turnover there. Fawole and Nico Brown not on the same page. Fans that are here in the cold and the rain trying to will this Loyola team right now. Needs something to happen. Here's Saramago. Forced all the way near the midline. Army trying to gut it out here in the 85th. Here's Nico Brown. Brown curls it through. Saramago a little handsy there, no call. Out for Mason.
You see Loyola's push Dangler up higher up the field as another forward. Looking to play balls into him, knockdowns, second balls, try to win them top of the box and go from there.
Carlson keeps it in for Wole. Looking for Nico Brown. And popped out. Huge corner kick coming up in the 86th minute.
Get everybody forward.
They need it here. Here comes Carlson. Far post. And it flies out. That was last touch by Army. Trying to use their big guys right now. Dangler, Dennison, packing the box.
Need to tackle the ball here.
Carlson again. Skipped out. Sosa gets a foot on it. Back out towards the circle. '87th minute. And that one just skips away.
He may have surprised Dangler there. Didn't think he was going to get through.
JUCO transfer. Had a header right in front of the net earlier on in this half. Coach Payne calling out the shots here in the 87th.
Probably telling him to play to the corners, waste as much time as possible.
What a job by Justin Stahl in this contest. This one goes all the way back to Vosvik. Greyhounds need a hustle. Carlson, big boot. And this rolls out. Loyola keeps possession as we enter the 88th minute. Time running out. Sosa plays it in. Dangler climbs up, misses the ball. Dennison collects. Carlson off the feed. Here's Mason. This Army defense has done the job all night long. Sosa knocked right back. Here's Saramago. Looking for Nico Brown. Saramago in the corner. Saramago will take this one from the corner. 89th minute. Saramago needs to hustle.
Hey, 4 guys outside the box for Loyola.
Lets it rip. We got a whistle here. Fawole right in the middle there, along with Zach McGraw. Clock has stopped inside the 89th minute. And you said it, Stephen, 4 guys were not in the box. Let's take another look here.
Great challenge. It's Zach McGraw again. Tough, man. Head-to-head collision there. Ooh. That's a bad one. Looks like Fawole's getting a card as well.
That's a yellow for Fawole. McGraw walks away from that one. After back-to-back seasons of double-digit wins, Loyola on the brink of being eliminated in the semifinal once again. What a week for Army. They win in PKs, win for the first time ever at Boston University. Back in the semis for the first time in a couple years. You're playing the #1 seed. You hold them scoreless for a half, and then boom, one opportunity in the second, and here we are.
Yep. 40 seconds is starting to feel like a team of destiny, similar to that Colgate team from last year.
Saul sends it over. Loyola looking for one last opportunity to keep its season alive. Ahead it goes, Fawole. Cleared out. Bosvik gets there. Time running out. Dennison, the big boot. Mason inside, under 10 to go.
7, 6,
Pereira's there.
3,
And that is gonna do it. Army pulls off the shocker in the semifinal, knocks out the #1 seed, and is going to the championship on Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final score of the season. Army 1, Loyola 0. Congratulations to the Black Knights as they advance to the Patriot League Championship.
Deja vu all over again for the Loyola Greyhounds here in Baltimore, Maryland.
Contest begins at 2 p.m.
What a performance by this Army team. You know, outmatched talent-wise for sure. Loyola, tons of pressure in the first half especially, but this Army team kept battling, and all it takes is one. It's what the game of soccer is so fun sometimes. Sometimes it's a cruel game for Loyola, second year in a row, getting upset in semifinal while hosting. But you know, kudos to this Army team. They got it done today.
Keenan O'Shea, the lone goal of the game. 12 goals now for him, but just a total team effort. Mitchner, Pereira, Knockin, Rojas, Say. Here's the updated bracket. The #5 seed moves on to the championship. The streak continues. The #1 seed has not won this tournament since 2013. That's the way it will go again. And for the second straight year, Colgate is a 6 last year. Army is a 5. Coming here, playing tough. Russell Payne, what a job he did today with his bunch, Steven.
Absolutely. And sometimes just it takes getting hot at the right time. This Army team, a lot of ups and downs, but again, we talked about it earlier, they came back late against American, down a goal, season on the line, the last regular season game, scored 2 goals. Keenan O'Shea scored both of them to get them into the playoffs. So big time win there, big time win against BU, big time win against Loyola. What a run they're on.
7-game win streak snapped. Loyola's season is over. The #5 seed Army wins it in the semifinal. 1-0 your final score, and here was the lone goal of the game. O'Shea sends his team to the championship. Army moving on in the Patriot League tournament. Russell Payne, year 9 as the head coach at Army. He will coach in his first Patriot League championship, a 1-0 win over the #1 seed Loyola. What an incredible game as we take a look at the bracket here. Steven, Army into the championship. Just what do you have to say about the performance we just saw in that semifinal?
What an incredible performance. You know, wasn't pretty at times, but pretty doesn't necessarily win you games. Loyola, you feel for them. Second year in a row getting knocked out at home as the 1 seed, but the Army team, they fought, they battled, they defended for their lives for much of that game. You know, it paid off. They're going to the championship on Sunday.
Now, we're not done yet, my friend. 7 Eastern. Your boys, #3 Colgate, #2 Lehigh. What are you most excited about with that matchup?
That matchup's always a great matchup. It's going to be like an old school classic Patriot League game. Not many chances, I don't think, on either side of the ball for either team. But you know, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard defended, hard-nosed game. It's going to be a battle like always. Colgate Lehigh.
Congratulations to Army. The Black Knights advance to Sunday's final. A 1-0 winner here in these semifinals. Coming up next, our second semifinal is Colgate takes on Lehigh right here on Stadium. Until then, you'll see the rally, Game Time in America. For Stephen Miller, I'm DJ Sixsmith. For more live games, replays of classic games, and daily original studio programming, visit watchstadium.com or search Stadium in your local channel guide. We'll see you in 45 minutes. Army, a 1-0 winner over Loyola.